Throughout history, mankind has sailed the vast seas in pursuit of discovery, trade, and adventure. The dream of sailing through the waves of the ocean and finding new lands has fascinated a number of people, with some successfully writing history such as Columbus and Vasco da Gama. Additionally, after the advent of Industrial Revolution in the early 18th century, most of the trade and goods movements started happening through ships, as it was much faster and economical than the land transport. Even in the 21st century, modern logistics and transport is heavily dependent on the waterways. However, the treacherous nature of the oceans has claimed numerous lives and vessels, leaving behind a haunting legacy of tragic shipwrecks. These maritime disasters have forever imprinted themselves upon a collective memory, serving as a grim reminder of the unpredictable power and unforgiving depths of the world's oceans. In this video, join us on a sombre journey to explore some of the worst shipwrecks in human history, each one leaving an indelible mark on our shared maritime heritage. The RMS Titanic, 1912. No list of devastating shipwrecks can begin without mentioning the infamous RMS Titanic. Regarded as the unsinkable vessel, the Titanic met its tragic fate on April 15, 1912, when it struck an iceberg during its maiden voyage. The colossal ocean liner sank in the icy waters of the North Atlantic, claiming the lives of more than 1,500 passengers and crew members. The tragedy sparked widespread outrage and led to significant changes in maritime safety regulations. The SS Eastland, 1915. The SS Eastland, an excursion steamer, was supposed to be a symbol of joy and celebration. However, on 24 July 1915, tragedy struck as the ship capsized while still moored in the Chicago River. Due to a combination of design flaws and overcrowding, the vessel listed and rolled onto its side, trapping hundreds of passengers below deck. A total of 844 lives were lost in one of the deadliest maritime disasters in US history. The MV Wilhelm Gustloff, 1945. Amid the chaos and violence of World War II, the MV Wilhelm Gustloff became a floating tragedy. Evacuating civilians, military personnel, and refugees from East Prussia, the German ship was torpedoed by a Soviet submarine on January 30, 1945. The vessel quickly sank in the icy Baltic Sea, and an estimated 9,000 to 10,000 lives were lost, making it the deadliest maritime disaster in recorded history. The MS Estonia, 1994. On September 28, 1994, the MS Estonia, a passenger and car ferry, sank in the Baltic Sea due to a storm. The ship listed heavily, and within an hour, it had sunk to the ocean floor, taking the lives of 852 people. The Estonia disaster raised significant concerns about maritime safety, particularly regarding the stability of roll-on, roll-off vessels and the effectiveness of the regulations governing their construction and operation. The Sewol Ferry. The Sewol Ferry disaster unfolded on April 16, 2014, off the coast of South Korea. The passenger ferry, carrying mostly high school students on a field trip, capsized and sank due to a combination of overloading, illegal modifications, and inadequate crew response. Tragically, 304 out of the 476 people on board lost their lives, prompting national mourning and raising questions about safety oversight and the culture of negligence in South Korea's maritime industry. SS Kiangya. The SS Kiangya was a steamship that had been in service since the early 1900s, operating primarily as a passenger and cargo vessel between Shanghai and Ningbo. On the fateful day of December 3, 1948, the SS Kiangya was officially carrying an overloaded cargo of about 2,100 passengers, which far exceeded its intended capacity. However, several unofficial reports claim that the actual number of passengers was more than 3,000 people. The SS Kiangya struck a mine that had been laid by the nationalist Chinese forces to deter the advancing communist forces. The explosion ripped through the hull of the ship, causing it to sink rapidly into the frigid waters. Panic and chaos ensued as passengers scrambled for lifeboats or any means of survival. The rapid sinking of the SS Kiangya and the bitterly cold water claimed the lives of the majority of those on board. Reports indicate that only 700 people out of the estimated 3,000 passengers and crew survived the disaster. SS Sultana. The SS Sultana was a Mississippi River paddle wheel steamboat that had been contracted to transport Union soldiers returning home from Confederate prison camps. On the day of April 27, 1865, as the SS Sultana made its way up the Mississippi River, a catastrophic boiler explosion tore through the ship, causing it to quickly become engulfed in flames. The explosion, believed to have been caused by a combination of poor maintenance and overloaded boilers, resulted in chaos and panic on board. The exact death toll from the SS Sultana disaster remains uncertain due to poor record keeping and the presence of unofficial passengers. However, it is estimated that around 1800 to 1900 lives were lost in this tragic event. The SS Sultana catastrophe surpassed the casualties of the Titanic and was one of the deadliest maritime accidents in American history. The shipwrecks we talked about are chilling reminders of the perils faced by seafarers throughout history. They stand as testaments to the destructive forces of nature, human error, and sometimes a combination of both. The stories of these tragic maritime disasters continue to captivate a collective imagination and serve as reminders of the need for constant vigilance, improved safety measures, and lessons learned from the past. As we continue to explore and navigate the world's oceans, may we never forget the lives lost and the valuable lessons these shipwrecks have taught us. This was all for this video. Thank you for watching.